Hello, my name is Eric Williams, and this is my presentation on defining instructional leadership for LEAD6283. Increased accountability for failing to demonstrate adequate yearly progress in terms of elevating student achievement prompted significant shifts in school leaders' way of work and increased emphasis on principals' roles as instructional leaders, according to Gray and Lewis. However, despite a growing body of research on instructional leadership, a comprehensive, widely accepted definition of instructional leadership and what it is has been elusive. AVIA recommends that leaders define what constitutes instructional leadership for themselves based on their particular context and share their definitions with colleagues and superiors, in part to determine if they agree with one's definition. According to Costello, instructional leaders ensure quality instruction, develop desirable teaching and learning environments, increase student achievement, and build shared instructional leadership capacity. More recently, Paponia suggested that instructional leadership involves developing a school mission and vision focused on student achievement, goal setting, planning for instructional shifts, facilitating associated professional development, progress monitoring implementation, and taking corrective action as needed. Most importantly, instructional leaders are adept at engaging a diverse range of relevant stakeholders to accomplish this work. According to Fuentes and Jimerson, school leaders do not have to be experts in course content and curricula. However, to function as instructional leaders, they should continually strive to learn as much course content as possible, as doing so inspires teachers to improve their practices. As a high school assistant principal at a small school in Central Florida, I believe I struggle to function as a true instructional leader, considering my myriad responsibilities, including scheduling buses, monitoring attendance, supervising events, completing compliance paperwork, and organizing assessments. Additionally, because my high school is small, we only have 3 administrators compared to the 5 that most traditional high schools have, but we still have all of the same duties that other high school administrators have, since we are required to offer the same range of programs and services. So, we really don't benefit from economy of scale as others may. Considering our unique leadership context, and that any definition of instructional leadership that includes an expansive list of exactly what that involves would be lengthy, I decided to define instructional leadership by what it isn't instead of by everything it involves. Therefore, my definition of instructional leadership is embracing all opportunities to improve teacher quality and student outcomes by focusing more on pedagogy and andragogy and avoiding common distractions such as managing student discipline, logistics, clerical tasks, and facilities management. As a school-based administrator, I still need to do all of these things, but to be a true instructional leader, I must allocate the majority of my time toward observing teacher practices, developing competencies, reducing barriers, recommending improvements, and collaborating with teachers to analyze performance data and plan quality instruction and assessments. As part of determining whether or not my definition of instructional leadership also resonated with other leaders, I shared my draft definition with my principal and the other assistant principal at my school. My principal debated whether or not my delimiters also impacted teacher quality and student outcomes. For example, regarding transportation and facilities management, he said that students can't learn if they can't get to school and if they're forced to learn in substandard environments. He said, imagine how much learning would take place if the air conditioning didn't work. He made some good points, but I countered with the fact that we have a plant manager who's supposed to focus on those things, and that he didn't go to school to learn how to develop seating charts for school buses and order furniture for office renovations. My colleague, the other assistant principal at my school, said that strategic scheduling also impacts teaching and learning, but she agreed that too much of our time is spent on other concerns. For example, she is struggling to complete her teachers' annual evaluations because she's been forced to organize state assessments every day for the past month. In the end, I still believe that functioning as a true instructional leader means prioritizing, improving teacher quality and student outcomes, and avoiding common distractions, because I've seen just how easy it is to get caught in management concerns and a bureaucratic quagmire. However, while this sounds good in theory, it's much more difficult in practice. Therefore, as an aspiring instructional leader, I must learn to more effectively manage my time and myriad responsibilities so I can simply spend more time in classrooms and helping teachers to improve. This is a list of references I used to develop this presentation.